Welcome back to Universe. I'm Andrew,
Hello, I'm Tiffany.
and we're playing Chapter 3 of Wonder Book. So if you have missed the first two chapters, go get caught up on the story. And spoiler warning, we're playing through the story of Wonder Book, and each story is full of spoilers. So if you want to experience for yourself, stop watching. If you have been watching, though, you know that Tiffany was playing Tina, the yellow character, but she's now going to be playing Ken. So we can take a look at Ken here. This is Tiffany's new character. And so Ken, I think, is a little bit more of a tank, and he gets to roll 2 dice when he attacks, unlike Tina, who's only rolling 1. So we can take a look at his abilities here. We've got the bash attack, so roll 2 dice and deal 1 damage for each hit, but it's a melee. And unlike Sid, who has the same ability but with range, I can hit my own space or adjacent space. And then the leadership ability, the skill, lets her spend a spark to choose another hero, and they gain a spark and can immediately perform an action. So a little bit of a leader type. And then, of course, in the previous chapter, we got an upgrade skill. So we kind of went back and picked out a Ken skill for Tiffany, and she selected Overstrain, letting her spend a spark to draw a shred card and immediately play a shred card. So you can always have a shred card if you want one, as long as you got the sparks to spare.
I'm excited to try the new one to see how it's worked.
Yeah, we get a little variety. I'm sticking with Sid because I think he's pretty useful to have around. So I've already set up a little bit, and we're going to see those cards are going to tell me to set up. I looked ahead, but just enough to get the board set up so we wouldn't have to spend a bunch of time on that. All right, so Chapter 3, The Gems of Genesis. The story so far. You and your friends have been involved in a conflict between two dragon brothers, Eidolon and Crag. Eidolon, who is banished from Oneria, his magical world, sent you there via the Wonder Book. Open the book in the center of the table so everybody can reach the pop-up. We did that. There you fought alongside Vigor, Eidolon's guard, and learned that Eidolon's reign was overthrown by Crag. Eidolon, exerting his last drops of magical energy to communicate with you telepathically, urged you to find his Gems of Genesis, crystals that grant incredible capabilities before Crag does. Risking your life, you reached the Tree of Dreams, Eidolon's palace, and then you fell down exhausted. The heroes. Each player takes their hero card, upgrade card, and miniature and places the indicated number of health on their hero card. Set up the supply with the shred and worm decks and place these components next to the book. And this time it says, which is different from before, it says to use all of the worm miniatures. So previously, the previous 2 chapters, we used 2 per character. We only had 4 maximum. We now have 8 maximum.
Wow, that's good.
It's not good. It's scary.
That's not good.
8 worms?
Well, we can fight.
Yeah, we can
now
fight.
I changed the.
You changed to the fighting character?
Yes, it's probably gonna help you out. To fight those swarms. So I feel like
Okay.
this is the best action.
Good.
Hopeful.
Eidolon's plan. Eidolon's voice suddenly wakes you up. Heroes, I am glad you made it to my tree. I am getting weaker by the minute. Stuck outside of Oneria. There isn't much time left for me. Find the 5 gems of Genesis. Unfortunately, I don't know their exact locations because a long time ago I had my advisors hide them in the Tree of Dreams. I needed to make sure that nobody could find them or be tempted by them. No one. Not Crag. Not even me. You have guests. Each player places their hero in the area inside the tree as shown, which I've already done, along with the 3 worms, and many paths to investigate. Separate the 5 green cards, 5 blue cards, and 6 yellow cards, and the 13 gray cards from the rest of the deck. Sort the cards by color into 4 stacks without turning them over. All right, so I've got some stacks of cards here, and I'm going to take this off. Basically, we've got some green cards, some blue cards, some yellow cards, some gray cards, a big stack of gray. And then our next card is card 34. Next up is looking for the gems. Flip this card and keep it visible on the table. So let's see what it says. Special rule, hidden interactions. Interaction cards marked with the that thing symbol represent hidden things you can find in the pop-up. If you think your hero is in the same area as something shown on a hidden interaction card, you can use an action to interact with it, flip the card and resolve its effect. In case of an error, the interaction card will instruct you on how to proceed. So very interesting. Normally the interaction cards told us exactly where we need to be, but this time we just have to think that we might be in the right spot to get to interact with it. So maybe we should look around, for example. So the roots, does this roots art match any exact art on a space? Like, see these yellow bits? This one right here? Like this might be this space.
That's the area.
And then this one, I think this right here.
Oh, the rocks match here.
Oh, it's actually, well.
They also have red too, so well, that's the only rock they have it, so maybe that's area.
Oh.
What do you see around the back? Anything? It's all dotted lines, so we can go anywhere on this platform.
It's actually back here, honey.
Oh, the rocks?
Yeah.
Oh, the pile of rocks doesn't match this. It matches back around that corner.
Yeah, look at, they don't have any red color, plus the yellow too, they don't have it.
Okay.
And then that match.
And then we need to find the throne and the crack. Can you see a throne inside there? Oh, look.
Yep.
In the back?
That's inside.
Right on the back of this tree paper, there's this throne illustration.
Do I have to record it?
Yeah, we should do a close-up on these once we find them all, I think.
Okay.
Alright, the first picture that I got is the root right here. And I found the matching spot on the map is right here, as you can see. And then the second picture is going to be up high up rocks. So where we found it is right here. And then the third one is the throne is actually inside the pop-up. Now, can you see it right there? And the last one is the crack. The crack is also inside. As you can see, it's kind of blurry. Okay, there you go. Right here. Where's my finger pointed?
All right, so we can start by investigating the crack or the throne if we want, because we're already in that space. I think that's all one big space inside the tree. But we're not ready to start yet, so I gotta keep reading. Eidolon's voice resonates in your head. Crag ambushed me and cast me out of Oneria, but he retreated right after. In fact, he cannot bear being on the sun-bathed surface for too long, since he is a creature of the underworld. He could not get the gems, but he will surely have another plan to get them. The ground shakes. I sense that the tree is tainted by a dark aura. I suspect Crag is corrupting the soil to sink the tree into the underworld and get the gems. Find them, or the tree will be doomed, and Oneria with it. The Tree of Dreams. Take the next card of the deck without turning it over and place it on the table next to the book. Place the indicated number of hearts from the supply on the tree card. We're playing with 2 heroes, so we put 6 hearts onto the tree card. They represent life points of the Tree of Dreams. And we're going to have the tree, the special rule, as soon as there are no more hearts on this card, flip it. So we don't flip it for now. So we need to put this out. Maybe we can scoot this, put this, and we're going to put 6 hearts. Your quest awaits. You hear Eidolon once again, but something has changed in his voice and manners. Warriors, get a move on. Find the gems and use them. Take the next 2 cards, and without looking at them, shuffle them face down into the worm deck. All right, so again, don't look at these. Boop. Now keep playing as follows. The player's phase of 3 actions and then the enemy's phase. But do not place worms. Instead of placing the worms indicated, the tree is going to lose that many hearts. Goal, reunite the 5 gems. So, I wonder if we are going to use those other 3, because anytime the deck is going to make more worms, we just skip it and lose health.
Oh.
So we should hurry up.
Well, that's why I said fight.
Yeah, we got to fight, but we
lose the heart.
Well, we can fight and we can kill them all, but we can't keep these cards. Anytime this card says to bring out a new one,
it's gonna pop up more.
It's gonna, no, it's not. This one is special. It's not gonna bring out more worms. It's just gonna kill that tree directly.
Oh.
So we have to hurry and get the gems.
Oh, I see. So we skip to fight.
We probably have to fight a little bit, but yeah, we really need to find the gems.
Okay.
All right, so I feel like we're already in the space with the throne and the crack. At least we think so. So we could start out by looking, if you want.
Okay.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to go first, and I think the throne looks interesting. So I'm going to try to look at the throne. So let's see what this has to say. If we flip the throne over, something twinkles under the throne. Oh, are you here? It says. So it's pointing to a space. And we are in that space. As far as I can tell, that's all one space. So I'm in that space. That's our starting space. Take the next 4 cards of the stack, and without turning them over, each player must place their upgrade card in front of them. Note, you are not allowed to flip your upgrade card face up and use it yet. In a 1, 2, or 3 player game, put the unused hero's upgrades back in the box. Proceed to the last card in the stack. So, Tiffany's going to get Ken's upgrade card. Teamwork makes the dream work, but you're not allowed to look at it yet.
Okay. Ooh.
And then we're going to set aside Laura and Tina. And I'll get Sid's. It says, I would be the perfect infiltrator if it only weren't for my flashy mohawk. So I'll put that here. And then we can read, magic is in the air. You stoop to slip your hand under the throne and grab something. It's a shiny red gem of Genesis. Then the ground trembles and magic sparks fall like pollen from the tree. Place 5 sparks as shown. Then flip this card. Keep this card in front of you. Ruby gem. Special action, awaken your strength. Spend a spark and flip your hero's upgrade card and tuck it under your hero card. Okay, very interesting. So I got a new action that I can use the gem to get my upgrade, but I need a spark to do it. And we've closed off one of the 4 stacks. And I've got 2 more actions. So I could search the crack, but I feel like maybe you should search the crack. Because I got a gem, and if you search the crack and you find another gem, or if I search the crack and find another gem, it might be wasted because I'm already have a way to get my upgrade. So maybe we want to spread out the gems a little bit.
Okay, so we have to get out, fight the worm, and then pick up the jewel, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'll start shooting.
Okay.
So let's put 3 dice aside, and I'll roll 2. Looking for 2 hits. That's 2 misses. All right, I'm going to pay a health to reroll. I want to hit instead.
Come on.
1 hit can stun 1 of the worms. And then my 3rd action, I'm going to attack again. Oh my gosh. That's making up for last time. I feel like the first 2 chapters we got a lot of hits.
Yeah.
All right, what would you like to do for your turn?
Sure. First, I'm gonna attack then.
You want to attack? You're not
Yeah.
going to look in the crack?
Oh yeah, that's a good. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Yes, I should look into the crack.
So it says, are you here? It's the same spot, so we got it right? Yes. So purple, stinky gas flows out from the crack. The tree of dreams is falling apart. The gems must be hidden somewhere around, and you should act quickly. Proceed to the next card in the stack. So I'm going to get this whole stack over here. Don't know what to expect. A shimmering in the crack. Good news, you found a gem hidden in a crack. Bad news, your hustle and bustle has lured some worms in. Place a worm from the supply on this area for each hero in the game. Wow, so that is 2 more worms right in front of us here.
Oh
crowding
no,
in.
that's not good.
Yep. And you found this sapphire gem, which gives you the special action Change Your Fate. Roll 2 dice, and if you get 2 hits, each hero gets a spark. If you get a hit and a miss, each hero with no shred cards draws 1. If you roll 2 misses, your hero loses 2 health. So that's a special action you can do now.
Okay.
If you want to. Oh, then we have the secret passage. So I guess this is another secret. So we stop the stack. We don't read any more of the stack. We just need to be able to find a space that has this guy. So yeah, now if you wanted to attack, you would have to move into that space with all the enemies in it. But you only have 2 more actions, and one of them would be to move and then 1 to attack. So I feel like that could be a lot of damage you take. When you do have a lot of health, and I don't know what other options we have, you could just do this.
Okay, I'm gonna use that.
Okay, so you can use Change Your Fate. Instead of moving and attacking, you could use the sapphire gem 2 times. All right, so roll 2 dice. A hit and a miss means each hero with no shred cards gets 1. So I get 1 and you get 1. And let's see, I got one called Weakening. It says all the underworld dragons was getting sick because now magic was gone. And as a special action, I can spend a spark to deal damage to each non-stunned worm in your area and in all adjacent areas. So I have a lot of different ways to spend sparks, but I don't have any.
Okay.
And what'd you get?
Exploration.
We've seen this one before. Lets us read the back of available interaction cards, but you have to spend an action to do it.
Okay. And I can go one more time.
And use the sapphire gem again. See, sounds good. Oh, 2 misses means you lose 2 health.
Oh my gosh.
That's not what we wanted. All right, and now we draw our first worm card of the game. We're ignoring, or not ignoring, but the summon just means that instead the tree loses 1 health. Boom.
Hey.
And then it says return a worm to the supply from each area where there are 3 or more worms. Any heroes in those areas lose 2 health. And any heroes in adjacent areas lose 1 health. So we are adjacent. The dark blast has hit us. So we return 1 to the supply, and we both take 1 damage. So that's not too bad. And one of them killed themselves. And then it is our turn again, and I think I will just start blasting. See if we can get rid of some of these enemies. Ooh, 2 hits.
That's good.
Take 1 out. Attack number 2. 1 hit, so I can finish off the stunned guy. And probably 1 more attack.
Go for it. Yay.
1 hit, so I'll stun this guy. Alright, so we got a little more breathing room here. And maybe now I cleared the way for Ken to get out and start searching or attacking or whatever you want to do.
First, I have to move closer to him so I can attack, right? So that's 1 step.
Sure, yep. Then you want to attack. And you got him. And what about your third action?
I'm gonna move to get the jar.
Which one?
Well, can I go around there or do I have to go that way?
Oh, no, you can go around the back.
Okay, I'm gonna go to this one, collect this one.
Okay. Well, you can't collect it because that would take an action.
Oh, it's your turn, okay.
But next round you can. Alright, so next villain phase here. We got ambush. If there are more worms in the supply than on the board, there are. So we spawn 1, which means we lose 1 health in the tree instead. And then we get another card. And it says ambush. If you have 5 face-up time or more, which we did, that's what we started with, we get another enemy, but instead we lose a health. And then they all get 1 action. So they're going to move toward the closest friendly character. And we get another card. So that's a lot of ambushes. And it's Wrath. They each get 3 actions, and once all worms have been activated, if at least 1 hero has been knocked out, lose a time. That's not nice. Fortunately, I don't think that's going to happen, but it's close. This one's... Oh, no, it is. Oh, no.
It's gonna kill me.
So that's 1 action, and then 2, 3 actions. Oh, actually, we can have him come to me. So then 1, 2, and then go into the tree and attack Sid. And then this one can go 1, 2. So that was the worst enemy phase we've had yet in all 3 chapters.
Yep.
I feel like we're running out of time to find these gems.
Yeah.
This tree is going to get killed.
Yep. That's scary.
And I could spend my time trying to search for gems or attack enemies at this point. I feel like maybe it's time to just search for gems. And hopefully they don't do too many actions at the end of this round. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then this is where we decided the roots were. So I'm going to search the roots. And let's see if we were right. Am I on the correct space? It does seem to be the correct space outside the tree there. So it says, how can a tree grow so majestic? The air is full of magic, floating like pollen. Does it absorb magic from the underground and then release it in the air? Take the next 2 cards from this stack and without turning them over, set them next to this stack. Then discard this card. So we're going to get a purple gas, dark magic mushrooms, and a golden egg. All right, so that's all we do is we just found more stuff to search for. We have to find these things now. All right, honey. So we got the gas, the mushrooms, and the egg available now. And we think we spotted the mushrooms back around the back here. And the purple gas we're pretty sure is right here.
Yep.
But we don't know about the egg. So what would you like to do?
First, I'm gonna collect the gem,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go to look for the other gem. I'm gonna move 1 spot.
All right, then let's draw from the deck. And we got an onslaught. Oh gosh. So that's another heart lost from the tree. And they all get 3 actions. So I think, let's see, you're 2 spaces away from this one. And I'm 2 spaces away, well, from any of them. So both of us are going to die.
That is not good.
I don't think there's any way we can manipulate it. So this is going to move 1, 2 times, and then its 3rd action will be to attack me for 1. This one will do the same thing, and that's going to knock me out. And then this one's going to move 1, 2 spaces around the back into Ken's space and attack for 1, which knocks him out. So that's 3 actions. Is a lot. But that is the end. All right, so let's do a quick recap here. We got Ken standing back up now here at the start of the hero phase. And I'm going to stand Sid up over here. And we get our health back. So I got 5. You got 6 more health. That's a lot of health we burned through already.
Yep.
You're going to get your 6 health.
Sure.
And then we can do our turn. So I'm going to do my blast ability. I'm going to collect a spark from my space. And if I do, I get to deal a damage to up to 3 worms in my area. So that's going to stun both of them.
That's good.
And now I'm tempted to just leave them there and let their stun slow them down, hopefully. And maybe search the purple gas because it's nearby. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I was thinking about using my spray can grenade to spend my new spark to deal damage to up to 3 worms in my area and just take them out. But I just got a refresh on health, and I think we just need to rush down the objectives as much as we can. Although I did forget, we both had to come back from the dead, which means we have to spend 2 time for that. So we're down to 3 time. But now I'm searching the purple gas, and hopefully I'm in the right space. It does look like the right spot. So it says, is this gas corrupting the tree? Suddenly a branch grabs you like a dragon's claw. Hang your hero on the tree's arm as shown in figure B. From now on, and as long as you are trapped, worms ignore your hero, and your hero can only perform this action. Special action, choose to roll 1, 2, or 3 dice at the same time. For each miss, return a health from the tree to the supply. Then, if you rolled at least a hit, discard, and place your hero back in the area. So that is not good. So this did not help us as explore. This is a purely bad effect. Did I get trapped up here?
Oh no.
Get grabbed by the tree. And that was my third action, so I'm done.
All right, it's my turn. First, I'm gonna collect the germ.
Collect the gem.
Yes. And here. Second action, I'm gonna roll the die.
You want to attack it or search the rocks?
Oh, I'm gonna search the
Or you
rock.
can attack it and then search the rocks if you want.
I can search the rock, that's fine.
Okay. So let's see what you got going on with the pile of rocks. Says, are you in this space? Yep.
Yes.
These are not gems, just dumb rocks. The ground shakes for a moment and more dumb rocks roll down.
Oh,
Take the
no.
next card of the stack and without turning it over, place it next to this stack. So this set up an ambush. You must interact with 2 actions. All right, so we got 2 new things we can interact with. Set up an ambush or magic glyphs, but they both require 2 actions to activate.
I feel like the egg is like in a corner that you can see it inside there. What is it inside?
All right, so you have 1 more action, which means you don't have enough actions to interact with the ambush. And we think the glyphs is hidden around back inside that space. There's like another hidden space behind a little piece of pop-up.
Mm-hmm.
But you definitely don't have enough actions to move in and activate that. So probably just move or attack them.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and Tiffany, you spotted the egg in this space here. Right?
Is
Behind this tree is the egg, I think.
Is that the egg, right?
I think so. Maybe we should get the camera to check the close-up cam.
Okay.
Alright, so this is what we're looking at. You can see a mushroom on this side. And then we're trying to see if that shiny thing is the golden egg. Gotta bend the paper a little bit. Let me
Can't
go
see.
around the other side. Alright, here I'm on the other side. Still hard to get the angle on that guy. But definitely looks like it could be a golden egg. And I'm on the perfect side as well to show you Ken over here battling against the monster. And you can see these flowers to set up an ambush. And inside that space, as you can see a dotted line, there's a separate space in there with some runes. So you can see it on the floor, you can't really see it on the wall. But that whole inside wall has the runes on it. But we still don't know what your third action is going to be.
Well, that needs 2 action. I'm gonna attack them.
Attack. Alright. See if we can at least stun it. And we did stun it. Alright. So that should slow him down a little bit, right?
Yep.
We got Legion, which means the tree's going to lose 2 health. The third one is in silver, which means we skip it because we're only playing with 2 players. But that does mean the tree has no more health, and we've got to flip this. Which keyword do you have, duty or friendship? We have duty. You're running out of time. The tree writhes, leaving falling cracks breaking through the bark, and worms are after you. Flip 1 time down. We're down to 2.
Oh my gosh.
If you still have at least 1 time, place a worm for each hero in the game on the central area in front of the Tree of Dreams. Then flip this card back over and place 6 health on it. Should these new 6 health get removed later on, repeat the instructions on this card. Alright, so 6 more damage. I think I had accidentally left a card on top of that stack on the card viewer, so hopefully none of you read that. We aren't supposed to see that yet. I didn't look too closely at it. I just spotted it. So do that, and then we need to put 2 worms in this space. Whew, but they didn't actually do anything, so it is now our turn again. I'm trapped in this tree, so I guess I just have to try to get myself down. And I'm gonna roll 3 dice. I'm allowed to roll 1, 2, or 3 dice to try to get down. I just need 1 success to succeed. But each miss means the tree loses a heart. So maybe I should roll 2 dice. Just take the 50-50. All right, I'm gonna do that. 2 misses, but I'm gonna spend my own heart to reroll.
Okay.
So hopefully the tree doesn't have to take anything. Whew! Okay, the tree does lose 1, but I get down. And that was one of my actions. And I think I'm gonna use this ruby gem that I got earlier. The special action lets me spend a spark to get my other upgrade. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna spend this spark and get this upgrade. So let's see what we get. I got Keen Senses, roll a die, and if it's a hit, read the back of any one interaction card available and put it back. Or Sneak Peek, look at the first card of the Shred deck. You can spend a spark to draw it, otherwise discard it. So I'm going to take the Keen Senses so I can maybe potentially look at a card without having to activate it, but I guess it's just a check for danger in case it's another bad card like the tree branch that grabbed me. So we can see if it's negative. For example, these dark magic mushrooms sound kind of suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like that I have to spend a whole action to only get a 50% chance to be able to look. I'm not a fan of that. I do have one more action, so I think I will just attack these worms there and maybe take one out. So there we go. One of them is gone. And now it's Ken's turn.
All right. First, I'm gonna do action.
Attack.
Yes. Ooh,
2 hits will definitely take it out.
that's good.
And 2 more actions. You could spend them both to do the setup and ambush. Or you could move into the magic glyph space, but then you wouldn't really be able to do anything else this turn. Unless you want to use your sapphire gem.
I want to see the mushroom. Where's the mushroom doll?
Right
Okay,
here?
I see. Oh, I see. Well, yeah.
But I'm worried that's going to be bad.
Okay, I'm
Like-
gonna take this one because I'm in that
You gonna
spot,
do
so
this?
it's gonna be 2.
2 actions to
Okay.
set up an ambush.
Sure.
Let's see. So are you in that space? You are. Yes, so move your hero on top of the cave, figure B. As long as you are on top of the cave, worms ignore you during the enemy's phase. From here, you can only perform this action, which is to ambush. Choose either to move your hero to any area containing worms, then you can immediately perform 2 additional attack actions, or move your hero back to the area shown in figure A and draw a shred card instead. Very interesting. All right, so it's time for the worm phase then. And they are doing an onslaught. So that is 1 spawn, so that's 1 health from the tree, and 1 action each. So this one will lose its stun status, and these 2 will both move toward me. And that's it. So I'm going to move around to the back all the way here, and maybe I'll look at the egg next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, that's all 3 actions.
Okay. So it's my turn.
So your choices are you can jump back down to the space you were in and get a shred card, or you can use 1 action to jump into this space and attack twice. I feel like if you really want to take out enemies, you can do that, but I feel like maybe searching the magic glyphs was better.
No, I wanna look for the mushroom.
You want to search the mushroom?
Oh, actually, where can I go for that? Here.
The magic glyphs are underneath you,
Okay, I'm gonna jump down and then look for that.
so you can't do it all this turn, but you can prepare for it. Because it'll take 1 action to jump down, and then 1 action to move into that space in the cave, and then this takes 2 actions, so you wouldn't be able to do.
Oh,
But you could use your sapphire.
And I'm gonna look for mushroom then. That's fine.
Okay, so you jump down.
mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
get a shred card for this card. So we'll see what you get. It says bait and switch. They couldn't wait for the perfect opportunity. In order to succeed, they had to create it. Special actions, swap places with any other hero in a different area. That hero gains a spark.
Ooh.
Very interesting. All right, and then your second action is to move back around behind the
1.
tree into the space with the mushrooms, and then you're going to search the mushrooms. All right. It says, are you in this space?
Yes.
You are. These mushrooms grow by absorbing the dark magic that permeates the soil. Their mystic toxins give you visions. Do you have the key word corruption? We do.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And lure worms. Place 3 worms from the supply in this area, then look at the top card of the worm deck to foresee what will happen in the enemy's phase and put it back.
Ooh.
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
You wanted 3 worm friends?
No.
Well, too bad. It's a tiny space. There's not even room for them.
Ah.
But there you go. And then we get to see what is coming up. Although, it doesn't matter because that was the end of our phase. So it's going to happen now. It's a poisonous blow. So that's 1 summon. Removes 1 heart from the tree. In this phase, so basically they get ranged this turn. And they get 2 actions each. Which means you're going to get hit for 6 damage.
So I'm dying.
So you are down. And, these guys move 1 space toward me. And because they have range, they also get to attack me. So I'm down to 1.
That is not good. We die.
Well, you did. I'm still alive with 1.
Okay.
So Ken is knocked down, but then stands back up. Which means we lose 1 time and we're down to 1. And you get 6 health back. And now, I'm going to search the golden egg.
Okay.
Let's see what we got. Golden egg. Are you in this space?
Yes. Not really.
I am. A dragon egg behind the small tree? Yep. It probably fell from the nest in the tree. This and the other eggs are cold. It seems their parents abandoned them a long time ago. Since you arrived in Oneira, you have seen very few traces of other living dragons. What has happened here? Ouch! You find a gem in the nest. Meanwhile, a stealthy group of worms breaks into the Tree of Dreams looking for the gems. Place a worm from the supply in this area for each hero in the game. So that's the last 2 worms are now over here. Then flip this card. The golden gem. Gather magic. Place a spark in each area adjacent to your hero where there are no sparks. All right. I've got 2 actions left.
Where?
Oh, he's right there.
Where? Oh.
Well, we should have looked careful before we move back and forth. It take a lot. That's not good.
Well, if we lose, we know what to do next time, I guess.
Ooh, that's a bummer. Well, I feel like the thing is probably killing us is like when we roll the die. If it's a lot of X, we kind of like
Miss. And
yes.
then we fail. And then... All right, so I think the best I can do maybe is just attack and see if I can take them out. And hopefully they don't come to me. I'm trying to figure out if I could use a spark somehow. I could pick up a spark. I could use a spark, but I think I just need to attack. So 2 hits. We'll take 1 out.
Good.
And I have 1 more action. 1 stun. So there you go. That's all I can do. How about Ken?
Now.
What can Ken do? Well,
What
we
is that?
did find the secret passage. So hidden in this, there's a mural on the wall here.
So I have to do.
We found this guy.
I have to move 3 times, so it's the end of my action.
That would be the end. But maybe that's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna move. Oop. 1, 2, 3, and I get that.
Well, you have to spend another action to get that. So that'll be next time.
Oh, I see.
So for now, we just have to see if we lose. This could be it.
Okay.
We get ambush if there are more worms in the supply than on the board, but there are not. So we actually get to skip this ambush for the first time in a while. And then another card says rise. Ugh. So 2 actions each will kill us. So these guys are tied, so we can have them just move into the tree with you. They're tied on distance between me and you. These ones can go 1, 2 spaces to here. This one will lose its stun and then move toward me. But this one will move toward me,
And
attack me. I lose my last health, and then at the start of the player phase, I stand back up with full health, but we lose one time, which is our last one. So, I guess we have to replay chapter 3.
Yeah.
Next time we know
Too bad.
we know exactly where everything is. We know where to go, we know where to look, and we know not to search the poisonous vapors, and probably not the mushrooms.
Yep.
Okay, so just kidding. We're gonna continue, we're gonna play through again as part of the same video, but we're not gonna make you watch basically the whole thing again. We're just gonna record the parts that are new. So we're actually on the first round here. I searched the crack and got the sapphire gem this time, and Tiffany searched the throne and found the ruby gem this time. Is that right? Did I say that right?
Yes.
Basically, we got the opposite gems as before. I hit a monster, stunned a monster, but now Tiffany's going to be searching the secret passage, which we didn't do in our first game. But we spotted it. I forget, did we find it during the game, or did we find it after the game? So,
Yes.
Tiffany or Ken is now going to be searching a secret passage. So let's take a look.
Yeah.
So you are here. Yes. There are no stairs leading upwards. This palace is just for creatures that can fly. But behind the statue, you find a hidden passage. Move your hero to the secret area behind the tree, as shown in Figure A. This area is not adjacent to other areas. Ooh, so there's a secret pocket space around the back. So we'll probably have to do a close-up at some point. But
Oh, I see.
Ken is going to be back here in this little pocket space.
Hello. Here is a secret passage, and I'm gonna flip over. So it said that I have to go here. So this is my Ken. I'm gonna move him from this spot to this spot right here. As you can see, that's the picture. And we're gonna look again. That's where it's shown.
A way up. Flip this card, read it, and place it as shown. It's a special rule climbing the tree. You got into a hidden backyard. Perhaps you could climb the tree from here. These rules apply to any hero in these 3 areas. From now on and until you are instructed differently, this hero is ignored by worms. This hero can only interact with hidden cards and use special actions of any gems of Genesis they hold. Alright, so now we got a new action, which is the Ivy. And you said you decided to do that action. You're in that space. So let's see what it says. Are you in here? Yes, you are in that secret space. You can climb the ivy, but which one? Take the next 2 cards in this stack, and without turning them over, place them next to this stack. So now we have the climb the green ivy or climb the red ivy. We leave that there, I guess. So which ivy would you like to climb?
I'm gonna do number 76, which is climb the green ivy.
Alright, so I guess the ivy was in action. So Ken is now going to be finished because we've revealed the green and red ivy, but you don't have any more actions to actually climb it. Which means we will now go on to the villain phase, and again, we're going to skip ahead until something new happens. Alright, we skipped a quick enemy phase, so things have moved around a little bit. Nobody took any damage, and Tiffany's going to climb the green ivy. Is that the one you said? Alright, let's see. Ouch, you should have noticed the green ivy is full of poisonous thorns. You lose your grip and hit the ground with your butt. Your hero loses 3 health and stays in this area. Well, that was kind of rude. So Ken loses 3 hearts. You want to try the red ivy with your second action?
Sure.
Alright. You climb the ivy. Despite the initial difficulty, you reach a small niche in the tree. Move your hero to the tree as shown, and then if the climb the green ivy card is still on the table, discard it. That is not the case. But now that's going to make these magic glyphs available because that space has some glyphs. So Ken is now inside the tree here. There you go.
Yep.
Alright, so now you're in the space with the magic glyphs. Did you want to search that?
Sure, I'm gonna. Yes.
Search the magic glyphs?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So we got. Are you here? Yep. Minuscule glyphs carved in the floor like a twisted golden thread light up as you step on them. It looks like ancient writing, but weirdly it is written in human characters. Place 2 health from the supply onto the tree and then proceed to the next card, which is 29. Do you want to read the glyphs? Yes, at the risk of losing valuable time deciphering the long text, or no, Oneria is in great danger. It is better to hurry up. What do you think? We get 3 hearts onto the tree, which is nice. But would you like to take the time to decipher the glyphs, or now we don't have time for that?
I think we do have time.
We do have time. All right. I like it. Flip this card. Origins. At the beginning of time, when order and chaos were warring, a deity known as the Draken led the forces of chaos close to victory, but in the end he was defeated and was cast away toward the edges of the cosmos. Fired like a meteor, the Draken crashed into a celestial body. The impact was deadly. In his last moments, caught in a whirlwind of primordial anger, sorrow, and remorse, but also acceptance and serenity, he released these pent-up emotions by weeping 5 magical tears, one for each emotion, which seeped into the ground and crystallized there. Your turn ends, and we write the keyword knowledge. If we already have it, we gain 1 time. We don't have it, so we'll now get it. And then discard this card, which reveals reaching the top. So only a hero in the space where you are can use this action. And when you do, you'll choose to roll 2, 3, or 4 dice. If there are at least 2 hits, well done, flip this card. Otherwise, you are still climbing. Remove a health from the tree for each miss and keep this card on top of the stack.
Oh, wow.
So, alright, now it's back to my turn, and I'm probably going to fight some enemies and find some of those gems that we already found in the previous session.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll check back with you when something else happens.
Okay.
Alright, so I did my turn. I got a 1 hit on an attack, and then I moved twice around the back toward the pile of rocks. And enemies moved a little bit. Still no damage on us. We did have a spawn, so we lost 1 health off the tree. And now Tiffany is going to try to reach the top. So do you want to roll 2, 3, or 4 dice?
I'm gonna roll 4 dice.
4 dice to try to get some successes. Alright. You need at least 2 successes.
Ooh,
We got 2
yes.
successes. Very good. Yeah, it doesn't say we take health off the tree for misses, only if you didn't get any hits.
Okay.
So that's good. So we'll just flip this card. It says you finally reach the top of the Tree of Dreams. There is a wooden balcony hidden behind the canopy.
Ooh.
Move your hero to the top of the tree as shown. All right, so Ken is moving from here up around to here in that little pocket. Okay, and then proceed to the next card, which says a suspended gem. A gem is floating over your head, levitating in the purple clouds. The air is saturated with gas and magic. It seems magic is very volatile and continuously evaporates from the ground like water does in your world. So flip that. The amethyst gem has a special action, reunite the 5 gems. If your hero has all 5 gems, flip the goal card, number 40. All right, and then we have a new breathtaking view option. To interact with this, your hero must be in this area and use all 3 actions. And I think that hero, that colored symbol there means all the heroes have to be there. All right, so it's a weird situation because now you're up at the top of the tree and you're waiting for me to A, find all the gems and then bring them to you. But also, you have no way to get down because there's no card that says you can get down. Now we're stuck, so that's why I'm making up some new rules, which is basically I'm going to assume that the red vine is always available for climbing and that the secret passage is always available. So even though the cards that let us do those things are gone, I'm just going to say we can climb up and down, and we can go in the secret passage into the tree and then back. So which means you're basically 1, 2, 3 moves away from being back to the starting position. And then if I get the gems or finish what I'm doing or whatever, I can go into the tree and climb up even though those cards aren't out anymore. So I don't know, the rules don't really handle that. I'm just assuming we're supposed to be able to, because otherwise her space is not adjacent to any other spaces. And without any cards that say she can get down, she's stuck and can't do anything. So I think that's what we got to do. So you want your other 2 actions to be to start climbing down?
Yeah.
So one action would be to get to this level from here to here, and then another one would be back into the secret passage.
Okay.
So you're still hidden, but you're on the base level. And then I can go, and I think what I will do is I'm going to use my blast skill to collect a spark from my area. And if I do, which I did, I deal 1 damage to up to 3 worms in my area, which is just going to be this one. But then my other 2 actions will be I'm going to move around the back of the tree to the opposite corner there. There's another spark back there, and that's also where the pile of rocks is. So I'll be able to do that next turn. And then let's cut to next time we find something new.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to do something new again. We finished out a round. We did the enemies. Tiffany did her turn. She's moved all the way down the tree, made it out to here, and beat up an enemy. She also searched the roots, so we can let her search for the golden egg again, as well as the mushrooms and the purple gas, but we know not to go for those again. So I'm currently around in the hidden. So in our previous session, you did the set up an ambush action and stood on top back there. I'm underneath there, and I'm going to search the magic glyphs. However, 2 worms are in that tiny little space with me, and one of them is right outside, so it's getting sticky. So I'm using 2 actions for this. Are you in this space? I am. The magical glyphs start shining in the darkness, enlightening your path as you walk further into the cave, but you have been followed. Place a worm from the supply in the area shown for each hero in the game. Then proceed to the next card. Okay, so that's right here. So we've got 5 worms on the board right now. They're all around the back. And the next card says, the light dragon shall forever reign over the upper world, while the dark dragon shall forever reign over the underworld. The gems of Genesis shall... That's all it says. Following the inscriptions, you find a hidden hollow. It contains one of the gems you're looking for. Flip this card, read it, and keep it in front of you. So I have the Emerald Gem. Special action, charge the gem. Spend 2 sparks to write down the keyword charge. Very nice. Before you have time to finish reading the glyphs, you hear enemies approaching. What do you want to do? Should I stay and finish reading, or move my hero up to 3 areas but lose a health? Ooh, what do you think?
Move.
You think run away instead of finishing reading? I feel like I really want to read it.
You can read it if you want to.
Well, I'm tempted by the 3 movement, but I want to read the whole thing, so let's flip it over. It says, the gems of Genesis shall remain in the light dragon's custody, never to be used, while the magical and prosperous underworld shall be assigned to the dark dragon or his dragons to live in. In the name of peace shall this allotment be honored forever, or a cataclysm will befall this world. King Magnus. Write the keyword knowledge. If you already have it, flip 1 time up and place a worm from the supply on the area outside the cave. All right.
So we already have the word knowledge, so we're gonna flip the time.
Yep, we get time, and we get a new enemy around the back. And so I think that's all the new stuff for now. I do have a 3rd action, which I'll figure out in a minute, but otherwise we'll just be back with the next time something new happens. And honestly, it's probably going to be tomorrow because we're tired. But for you, it's no time at all. All right, so we're back, and we just played a few more turns. We're now almost completely overrun by worms. There are 7 of the 8 worms on the board. There's 2, 4, 2 more on the back in the little cave area. And there's one right next to us that I have stunned. And we did have 8 for a second, but Tiffany finished one of them off. She has used her, she had the gem to get the upgrade this time, so she's actually selected an upgrade for Ken. So we can look at that real quick. She got the running gear, which says move about one area, then use a shred card. So it basically combines 2 actions into one. Or if we happen to have a special action on a special rule, she could combine that with the move. That is not currently the case, but a little bit of action efficiency there. And now I have spent a turn. What I did is I spent 2 sparks to use the gem that gives us the keyword charge. So I don't know what it does. Hopefully it was worth my action and my 2 sparks. But then I spent 2 actions to give my 2 gems to Ken, because we haven't done that action previously in the game, but you can spend an action to give or take an item from a friend in an adjacent or the same space. So Ken now has all 5 gems and is going to use the special action of the amethyst gem, which says reunite the 5 gems. If your hero has all 5, flip the goal card. So let's see what is next. You found all 5 gems, hooray! If you have the keyword richness, flip 1 time up. We do have the keyword richness. Magic is in the air and it's making you grow stronger. If each hero has 2 face-up upgrades attached to their hero, flip 1 time up. Oh no, I only have 1. I did not get my upgrade in this game. I did do it in our previous game, but that's when we lost. So we reset, and so I don't have it. Otherwise, each hero who is missing their second upgrade flips it now and tucks it under their hero card. Okay, so I do get it. I think I took Keen Senses before. I don't really like either of these abilities, but take that. And then proceed to the next card, which says Gem's Dilemma. You've gathered the 5 gems. You don't know how much about their true powers, but everybody wants them. They must be extremely mighty. What are you going to do with their powers? Read both options, then choose one together. Use them for yourself. You can't trust anybody else. Or use them for helping Eidolon as he asked you to.
Okay.
Which one should we do? Should we help Eidolon or be greedy and keep all the gems?
Hope idling.
I agree. So we're going to help Eidolon. Put this card. If you have the keywords corruption and or caution, erase them. Okay, so we don't have corruption anymore or caution. Wow, we just lost 2 keywords. If you have the keywords alliance and or altruism,
We don't have them.
we don't have either of those. So we have to write one of those. Do we want alliance or altruism?
Alliance.
Okay. So we've gained alliance. Then proceed to the next card. It says the ritual. Put the 5 gem cards into the correct configuration to complete the ritual. When you think you have figured it out, or if you give up, flip this card. Oh, very interesting. So these 5 cards go in some configuration. All right, so this is the configuration I came up with. We have no really idea of what hints we're supposed to follow for that. Maybe the A Breathtaking View card would reveal a hint or something like that. I don't know. Don't know what else to go on. So I put golden at the top because that's like Eidolon is like the golden dragon. And we don't really know what Crag looks like. So I wasn't sure if this should be amethyst or ruby, especially with this lava flowing down here. But I felt like amethyst seemed more, it looks creepier on this card more than the fire one. And then the water and fire being kind of parallel seemed to make sense. And then the tree is kind of the heart of everything.
That's water. Yeah, that's fire. You're right.
Oh, but in that case, we should have done like
You see it?
tree in the middle,
Yeah.
water on top, fire on the bottom,
Yep.
amethyst on left.
Yep.
But then
Oh, we figured out. Okay.
there's not really golden on this side though, is there?
Go. The flower go.
Flowers are gold, but we got one here. But maybe that makes sense.
The flower.
You want to go with that instead?
Sure.
But that's the question. Is blue on top? Because there's like water back here. Is that on top? Or is that on top? I mean, I guess if we're looking straight at the book, then it would be water on top, fire on the bottom. Okay. Water on top, fire on the bottom. Purple's on the left. and the
Green.
gold is on the right.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just using the board as our hint. So let's see then. All right, flip this card. As suggested by the card The Genesis, the gems must be arranged like Oniria's lands. River at the top, golden tree in the middle, magma at the bottom, woods on the right, and swamp on the left. So you had the right idea, and you almost figured it out. But the tree is not supposed to be the tree, it's supposed to be the golden gem.
Oh.
The tree is yellow, and those over there, that was the woods. But otherwise, you figured it out. It's just kind of weird that the tree is not the one that looks like a tree. So we got it wrong, but you were on the right track. No, we did not. The gems fizzle and emit a thundering burst. Something went terribly wrong. Write the keyword dark spell. That does not sound good. The gems then start to vibrate louder and louder until a blast of energy scatters around them. Discard the 5 gem cards. It's a trap. A sound of footsteps echoes in the distance. Something is getting closer. You all climb to the tree's summit to watch from a favorable position. The enemies are assembling at the foot of the tree. Discard all leftover stacks of interaction cards. Remove all sparks and remove all the worms and heroes from the board. Then place all 8 worms as shown. Then flip this card. One of the worms speaks to you with a lot of excitement. We finally sensed a burst of magic from the tree, the signal we were waiting for. Thank you, kids, for finding the gems for us. You fell right into our trap. In fact, the last voice you heard in your head urging you to find the gems was King Crag's voice. He used his powers to speak to you when Eidolon was too weak. Now surrender and give us the gems. You will not surrender. Instead, you are going to throw rocks and branches at the enemies to take them by surprise. One by one, each player lets a die slide down from the top of the tree. 2 dice each in a 2-player game. Try to knock down the worm miniatures. After a die falls, immediately return any worm that was either stunned or knocked off the board to the supply. Leave the dice wherever they land.
How many times? Just one time?
We each get to drop 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go first or me?
You can go first.
All right, I'll drop 2 dice. We want to see if we can knock over all 8. Oh no, I only got 1. I didn't get any more.
Too bad.
All right, can you get all 7 more?
Yeah, I have to do here and right there. Can I do it like that?
Do it how you, this is as long as it goes through here. I think that's fine.
Well, that gonna block wherever it move.
You want me to move the card?
No, I'm talking about this. Can I link like that?
No, you have to go from the top.
That's not good.
Ooh, 2 more.
Okay.
All right, 1 more die. Nice. All right, you got this one off too because it fell over, got stunned. So now we have this situation. You routed the enemies. Count the defeated worms, the ones returned to the supply. That would
4.
be 4.
Mm-hmm.
We get 1 time back. The end of the chapter. Count the face-up time. This time it's only 5. Oh, that's the same as 5 to 7, so we're still in the middle. You fought well, but was it enough? The enemies are still strong. They come again, climb up, and knock you out. What will happen when you wake up? All right, we have to mark that we got 5 this time.
Mm-hmm. Kind of low. Like
But
half and half?
it's the same as last time, though, because the last 2 chapters we got 7, which was just 1 short of 8, but 5 to 7 is all the same.
Oh, from 5 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see.
After playing chapter 3, restore this deck. Do you want to play chapter 4 immediately? I think we're good, which means we have completed chapter 3.
Yay!
So stay tuned, come back, see what happens next. Subscribe so we can get more subscribers, and bye. All right, there we go.
Did you